Good afternoon, friends. Stephen Benoon here with Israeli News Live. It is July the 20th, 2025, and Russia came under drone attacks not only last night, but also going into the daytime hours today. Hal Turner was the first one that I saw actually report this. And of course, other news media outlets also are speaking about it. Let me play a little clip here from RT.
A dozen regions. The military says it downed more than 125 of the aircraft during the overnight assault. A fifth of the incoming drones were heading towards Moscow. This footage shows the remains of a UAV that was shot down in the central city of Zelenograd. Another drone struck one of the top floors of an apartment building. So far, no casualties have been reported. A rare condemnation by the U.S. of its close ally, Israel. The American ambassador says Israeli settlers committed an act of terrorism when they attacked a church in the West Bank.
Solidarity with the people who just want to live their lives in peace, to be able to go to their own land, to be able to go to their place of worship. It is an act of terror, and it's a crime. It should be consequenced, and it should be consequenced harshly, because it is one of the last bastions of our civilization, the places we worship.
Surprising to see Mike Huckabee even say something like that. He is such a staunch supporter of Israel's terrorism of Gaza. I guess Christians over in the West Bank, he didn't have much choice but to make a stand of some sort there. But it is a terrorist act that has happened. In fact, all the Christian ministers from down in Jerusalem, from the different churches there, came in support, in solidarity for the Christian church there. I didn't have that up on here, and I didn't know that RT was going into that next. Let me play a little bit more of a clip. Maybe they'll show exactly what was happening. But today, they had a whole string of the church top officials from the Holy Sepulchre that were there as well.
Ambassador Mike Huckabee went to the church that was damaged. He met with officials and clergy members, and he said the perpetrators of the attack would be punished. Meanwhile,
I do not believe for one moment that the perpetrators will be punished whatsoever. Mike Huckabee may say a bunch of fancy words for the public to take in, but for the truth of that matter, that's to me is just completely fake news. Donald Trump asked Vladimir Zelensky if Ukraine could hit Moscow. Say people briefed on a call. U.S. President encouraged Ukrainian leader to step up deep strikes on Russia. And of course, that's exactly what we saw happening. But this particular statement by Putin shows that he's not going to be playing church much longer with the West. Listen.
Мы думаем на тему о том, что если кто-то считает возможным поставлять такое оружие в зону боевых действий для нанесения ударов по нашей территории и создания проблем для нас, то почему у нас нет права поставлять наше оружие такого же класса в те регионы мира, где будут наноситься удары по чувствительным объектам тех стран, которые делают это в отношении России? Конечно, подобные действия будут окончательно, они сейчас уже дошли до высшей степени деградации, но будут окончательно разрушать международные отношения и будут подрывать международную безопасность. И в конечном итоге, если мы видим, что эти страны втягиваются в войну против нас, а это и есть их прямое участие в войне против Российской Федерации, то мы оставляем за собой право действовать аналогичным образом.
So he's basically saying there that as long as they're willing to go ahead and do a war against Russia, if he says when the United States are going to keep supplying weapons to Ukraine, he said then we're going to start supplying weapons to basically countries that neighbor the United States. And he says if they want to keep on doing this, eventually it's going to undermine international security. Eventually it will end up leading to war against Russia. And he said if they want to do that, then we will do the same. That's basically, as Medvedev is already calling for Putin during this 50-day, supposedly there's supposed to be some kind of 50-day truce. I haven't seen if that ever came to fruition or not. but that would be used for time to rearm Ukraine. And Medvedev was calling on Putin to actually strike at the heart of Russia, excuse me, at the heart of the United States with nuclear weapons. That's just how serious this is getting. Talk about an EMP shield now. I'm really beginning to think that that's becoming a reality. Uh, Sky News is reporting at least 67 Palestinians have been killed and scores more injured while waiting to aid in Gaza, according to the hospital officials. And that is nothing but the truth. And the sad thing is, it's just become a shooting gallery. Instead of getting aid, they get bullets. And if it's not the Israeli soldiers themselves shooting and killing all the Palestinians, then it's their little thugs that they arm to shoot them in the place thereof. I think this article here said it the best, though. As a smoke and debris swirled over the Syrian presidential palace, the chatter in the West Wing grew louder. Benjamin Netanyahu is out of control. That's in Washington, D.C., this was said. What they're saying, Bibi called like a madman, or excuse me, Bibi acted like a madman. He bombs everything all the time. One White House official told Axios, referring to Netanyahu by his nickname. This could undermine what Trump is trying to do. You got to remember, Trump is all on board with Netanyahu. Whatever Netanyahu says, he bows down and says, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. This is what this rhetoric about anti Semitism has brought to the United States. And as this man says here, Palestinians left with no chance of survival without supplies and aid. And
the civil defense, the state actually announced that they would send medical aid, humanitarian aid to the city. But so far, as I said last time, I got update like 4.
They actually had already gone past it. I apologize for that. I was going to play that clip for you. Anyway, Stephen Ben-Nun here with Israeli News Live. Thank you for your support of the. Here, our new mailing address above my head there, Stephen Ben-Nun at P.O. Box 956, Prosper, Texas. And of course, you can see the zip code yourself above my head, or just to the above the screen there, that is. Anyway, thank you for listening. More to come today. And don't forget Patreon. Very powerful insight there. The temple has been hacked. That's something you want to see. It is available to all patrons on our patreon.com/Israeli News Live. The link will be in the description below. Thank you for listening.